All right, what's good, boys? Quick little trade recap for today. Today is Tuesday, January 13th. We did take a small loss today, but it was a great setup. We followed all of our rules, and that's all that matters, guys. And I felt absolutely nothing when I took this loss, and guys, that is what we are aiming for. We don't want to be emotionally driven whatsoever. So without any further talking, let's jump straight into this now, guys. Today we did have CPI at 8 a.m. as you can see, or sorry, at 8:30 a.m. as you can see right here. A lot of people full ported that shit to pass some accounts. I actually even know some people who played that shit on their live accounts, which kudos to you if you hit that and did that successfully, because that is some scary shit that I would never do personally, just because it's not worth it to lose my accounts. If you're on evals to pass some, to get some more accounts, that's totally fine to do, but whatever. If you did that, hopefully you were able to bank on it, because we did rip and create new all-time highs. What do you know? Literally in yesterday's recap, I was talking about how we're making new all-time highs every single fucking day, and we made new all-time highs again today. What do you know? But we're starting to have a little bit of a big pullback here, as you guys could see, but we literally have made all-time highs on Friday, yesterday, and today. So for 3 days in a row, we have made significant new all-time highs, and then before that, we even made new all-time highs on Wednesday. And this is just crazy, bro, how bullish the market is overall. But anyway, first thing I do on the 15-minute time frame is before market opens right here, I mark out the 8 a.m. candle, the whole thing, just like that, from 8 to 8:15. And that's on the 15-minute time frame. And then I mark out any untested Asia highs or lows or London highs or lows that we have. So we had Asia high, a London low. All three of those got tested pre-market before market opened, except for that one right there. That level did not get tested yet. So we took, we marked out those levels right there. And then pretty much we had to draw on liquidity at data highs right there. And we also had this untested London low down here, which I had, I kind of figured we weren't going to get all the way down there today, but it was just something to keep in mind just to have there. Anyway, drop onto the 1 minute time frame, guys. We're going to wait for market open. Now, guys, what I'm looking for going into market open is one of two setups. The first one is the opening range breakout strategy. So in this scenario, the opening range breakout strategy is what we took today, and that's what I'm going to explain. It's where we look at where price wants to break out at the open of market, which is, let me skip to right here. At market open, which is 9:30, we want to see where price wants to break out to. Like, I'm talking as soon as market opens, where price wants to move. Usually it can be indicated by the 1 minute candle closure. And today that was to the upside very strongly. So I said, okay, price wants to break out to the upside. And I said, okay, wow, this is going to be a fucking really good setup for us, because we are going to come back down to test about this area, these lows, these data lows, possibly take out this London low. But I was looking to take a long entry as soon as we tapped this midpoint of the 8 a.m. 15-minute candle. And then I was going to say, okay, then we can target our full TP of 15 points, because we have our draw on liquidity at all-time highs right there, which also happened to be our CPI data high. One thing I was a little worried about was that when we were moving down to this level, which we did, as I expected, because our strongest draw on liquidity, in my opinion, was at the data low, as well as this untested Asia low, since they were so close to each other. So my one thing that I was a little worried about was possibly, I was like, okay, so I got filled at this setup right here, because I knew that I was going to enter longs as soon as we tapped into right there, because this is a good area for reversal, as well as if we zoom back out into the 15-minute time frame, that is this gap from data pretty much fully filled. As well as I thought we were going to be able to kind of respect these lows. You can see how well we've been holding off of it, and then I thought we were going to rip back up. That's unfortunately not what happened. We did end up, actually, we did initially see a very good rejection out of this zone, not once right there, but twice right here. And then we sold back down a little bit, bought back up again. So I was like, wow, we are really respecting this low. This thing should be able to break out to the upside. I was feeling pretty confident in it. And then unfortunately, we did get stopped out right there. And data low, as well as our Asia low that we had marked out, got swept. Now, if I was to take another trade, let's say I didn't take this for whatever reason, what I would have been looking for was a break, a close below this, and then a hold, either a liquidity sweep and break a structure, which now that we swept this low, I'd be looking for a break of structure to play back to the upside, or a close, a retest, and then confirmation out to continue to play shorts. So let's see what happens. Whichever one of those comes first is what I would take. I'm just testing this. Obviously, I would never actually take this trade because I'm just one and done. So I took that L and then that was it. So I guess technically speaking, I wouldn't have even taken this trade, but we can see if the setup hits. So we do get a closure back above. However, there's no break of structure. A break of structure would be valid after a close above that high right there. Still nothing. Okay, this is still considering, I would still consider this my retest. I'd like to see us kind of get back below that zone in order to take a short. Didn't really happen right there. Okay, I'd probably take shorts right there with a 5-point stop loss right above the zone. The thing is, we don't really have a level down here. We have this kind of thing right here and some imbalance down here, but our next draw on liquidity is not all the way down here. So I would already be hesitant to take this, and I want to say that I don't even think that this hit. Yeah, so this would have came super close to hitting full TP right there. Probably would have ended up getting stopped out, which would have been super tragic. So we just took that one small L right there today, guys. Followed our setup perfectly. That's the opening range breakout strategy. I really don't know if I could have done anything better today. We are down on the week, one trade right now. We didn't take anything yesterday. We still have tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday to end out on the week. We're still up overall since trading this strategy, which is good. And that is the power of trading a 3-to-1 RR, guys. And I've really started to, grow fond to it just for that reason, because pretty much if I take one dub with about a 55% win rate, which is about what I have right now, it takes me 3 losses to wipe out that one loss. And guys, that is just, you underestimate it. And I think one of the biggest problems I had was trying to trade a 1-to-1 for so long. Because what you'll realize if you're trading a 1-to-1 and you're taking setups like these is that most of the time your 1-to-1s will keep going in your direction and usually hit like over 2-to-1s or sometimes even 3-to-1s. So like, in my opinion, bro, if you're trading 1-to-1s, you're just, it definitely can be. I know people who make a fuck ton of money trading 1-to-1s. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. For me personally, the way that my brain operates and works and my psychology, trading a positive RR, like at least a 2-to-1, it just makes so much more sense, because it's easy to have a win rate above 50% regardless of what you're trading, but it's relatively easy to keep your win rate above 50% as well as slightly increasing your RR, and that's just like, obviously going to be better in every scenario for your P&L. But yeah, guys, with that being said, that's it. Small little L today. Hopefully we do a little better tomorrow. And we don't have, actually, I do think there is news tomorrow. I'm pretty sure PPI comes out tomorrow. So we're still going to be looking for some trades. Hopefully we can do a little bit better. We're slightly down in the week now, but it's a super small amount. And just talking about that, that RR is really helping us out. So yeah, guys, that's it. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.